He still texts me. Usually works. I do my mentoring program on here. All right, brother. That's enough, man. Just go.
Dear brothers, it's about quality, not quantity.
So guys, it should be your conversation, the way you flow, your presence is enough for a woman to want to be around you, not how much money you spend.
Dear sisters, it's about knowing your value.
My sisters out there, don't be afraid to scare a guy off just because you have standards.
Dear brothers, dear sisters, it's time to come together.
What up, my man Mel Money? What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to just take a break and sit back and just have this convo. And shout out to all my DBDS peoples out there. We appreciate you joining.
No doubt, man. Listen, it's a crazy day and time right now, man. You know, with this COVID-19 thing, man. I gotta get this off my chest, man. I've been waiting to get this off my chest.
Please do, brother.
This is not a game, people. I actually have some good friends, and one of them has this COVID-19. It's not no game. Don't be listening to people on TV talking about drink this and inject that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it because it's real, man. You know, and they doing fine, but still, man. You know, everybody think it's a joke or whatever. It's not. It's not a joke, brother.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's a hoax. I mean, I'm hearing things, some of my brothers and sisters saying like, I can't catch it because I'm black. But it does not discriminate. I remember seeing this one on social media that was having this gathering. It was a whole bunch of brothers and sisters having a barbecue picnic.
Yeah.
Just out there, just partying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, you guys got to use some common sense because this is real. You know what I'm saying? This is almost like this can spread very quickly if people just don't take the precautions out there.
Man, yo, listen, I just heard this on the news, man. Trump's valet got it. Trump's valet.
Oh.
Yeah, brother. Yep. So, it got into the White House, man. The dude was like, what he would talk about, he said, listen, he said, COVID-19 don't discriminate, man. He said they can't even stop it from getting in the White House. You know what I'm saying? So it's up in the White House now, man. So it's not a joke, people. So look, take precautions, man. For real.
Yeah,
no
man. Yeah, and I got it to this one brother, man. He makes a living off of DJing, and he said, man, they need to open up the nightclubs again. He said, I really want to put my music out there for the world. I'm like, do what D Nice is doing on Instagram. Get creative. There's other ways you can make streams of income. But I know it's pretty hard for some people out there that they have to rely on making a living because they need that money and they have to get out there and do what they got to do. But for those that decide to take that route, just make sure that you're just being precautious and you're doing everything in a safety manner.
Yeah, man. Like I said, just be cautious, man. Listen, I got a lot to get off my chest, man. So,
yeah, go ahead,
how about you, brother? I'm gonna let you go first, man, because I'm gonna tear the stage up, man. I'm gonna tear the stage up when I come through, brother. So listen, I want to let y'all know. Listen, this is not PG-13 tonight, man. Listen, it's just me and Mel. You know what I'm saying? The DBDS Brothers. It's not PG-13, so if you can't handle it, change the channel.
Yeah. Well, the thing I want to get off my chest, man, I cannot stand deadbeat fathers at all, and, I got into a little debate today with one of these brothers and he was like, man, I'm a good father. I'm like, okay, well, what is it that you do for your child? He said, man, I just be spending, sending money like $20 here and there. You know what I'm saying? I just copped him the new red Jordans that they sold out, but I copped them and everything like that. And I'm like, well, how often do you see your child? He was like, man, maybe like once every 3 months. And they're within the same town. They both,
wow,
him and this baby mother, they live in the same town. And I find that very crazy. So I had to just call him out on it. And I'm like, being a father, it's not how much money you spend. Being a father is being in the presence of your child, giving that child direction, giving that child guidance, giving that child some values. That's what's being a real man. That's what's being a real father all about. And it irks my nerve, man, because I represent great manhood, fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the mom and pops or a good father figure in that child's life. I'm very pro father. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear brothers make that excuse, despite whatever issues you have with your daughter mother or whatever the case may be, you still have to be in that child's life no matter what. Still, like that's your responsibility as a man. And I feel like a woman's responsibility is to be more selective when she chooses a man, because a lot of women, they're laying down with brothers that have nice white sneakers on, the type of
Hmm.
brothers that got that charm and swag. Well, to me, that's not being masculine. What's being masculine is, does this brother have a good track record? Does this brother respect other people around him? Is he ambitious? Do we always follow through whenever he says something? Does he have high integrity? But let's
No
keep it
doubt.
real. A lot of our sisters, they just, they sleep. I don't know if it's due to the fact some sisters sleep with a brother due to the fact like they hope he's a good man. And I always tell my classy sisters, don't just go on the potential, go by his track record, go by what he does. See what kind of effort that he put in to make himself a better man. Because if you just going after him just because, listen, he got some muscles, this brother got an arm sleeve or whatever the case may be, you're gonna put yourself in a very severe relationship. It's gonna be a loveless connection that you're gonna probably regret for a very long time.
No doubt. Listen, man, let's get back to the deadbeat father, man, because we can't leave yet. First of all, got my man Rondell. Rondell's watching, man. Let's hit this up, Mel. Here you go,
Sure.
right here, brother. What's Rondell say?
All right, my man Rondell said, I can't stand deadbeat fathers and mothers. Yes, some mothers are deadbeats. Being a father is more than giving money. You have to be there regardless.
Yeah, so
Absolutely, man.
so I listen. I want to get back to that because here's the thing. I'm a mentor, man. So this is near and dear for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I got little young men that I mentor, and I can see the effects of not having a dad in their life, and I talk to them, man. So I
Right,
get real intimate, right? So here's the
right,
thing.
right, right,
There's a couple things that need to be pointed out. Number one is that your child, man, it's like a little flower, right? So this child is lucky they got the mom, right? So here's the thing with a flower, right? What
right.
you need water and sun, right?
Mm,
So the child is probably getting water and it's
no
gonna
doubt.
grow, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But it's kind of it don't got no sun, you know what I'm saying? That's the father. You need a father and a mother, right?
Right.
So when you have them both, then you get the right growth. You know what I'm saying? So this child's missing out, man, because part of being a dad is cultivation. It's not, I mean, money, man, money is the last thing because you got a lot of poor people, right?
Hmm.
Who are there with their kids and cultivating their kids and making sure that the kid has everything they need, as far as finances is concerned, you got to work with that, but in terms of that cultivation, man, you need to be there. And the thing that I always stand by, man, is this.
What's up? What's that, brother?
I know a lot of people may disagree, but that's okay. But my thing is this: the
Hmm.
only the only person that could give a boy a rite of passage to manhood is a man.
Real talk, man. I
That's where I come
totally
in, man. Right, just like that.
listen. I totally agree with you, man. Some sisters, they believe that, hey, it's just me. I could be the mom and the pops. You can't. You know what I'm saying? We may catch
Nah.
flack on that, but here's the thing: we don't sugarcoat nothing on DBDS when it keeps 100. Just like I can't raise my daughter to be the best woman. That's my daughter's mother. You know what I'm saying? That's where she comes into play, and this is where I feel like the balance is so reversed on today's society. You know, um, and I know I'm going to probably take some slack for this too, but I think a lot of it, and as far as like I hear brothers out there stating that, man, I don't got nothing going on, man. I don't got no job. I don't got no money. I know things are difficult, but I think a lot of it is tied into the economic standpoint as well. Like to some degree, you gotta have that purpose, have your act together to have some sort of economic feet to stand on. Because I'll be damned if I have my daughter and my wife starving or going to the next man in order to to be taken care of. I'll be damned for that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no doubt. Listen, I got to jump in here, man, because here's the
Yeah,
thing, right? Check this out.
yeah.
Women are strong and they can take care of themselves, right? But a child can't. So here's the thing. You had 9 damn months. 9 months. It take 9 months to have a baby, man. You had 9 months to get
No
your
doubt.
act together. You telling me in 9 months you couldn't get it straight? If you telling me that, man, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just hang it up. Just get on the chair, man, with a rope and just jump off, man. For real, I'm sorry. That's how it's got to go down, man. You know what I mean? Because that's crazy, man. You got 9 months, man. You know what I'm saying? You could have prepared. You know what you was doing. You know what I mean? I can't help
Hmm.
you. I can't help you with that one, man. You you know, and you know, look, there's
Hmm.
brothers like us too. You know, look at we're always willing to lend a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
saying, we're gonna give out just free charity, man. If you're a grown man, you gotta come, you know what I'm saying, ask
Hmm.
for it.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You gotta come with integrity.
Hmm.
You gotta come with respect. And listen, I always help a brother out, man. Man, that's just my style. That's how I get down.
Yeah, likewise, brother. Listen, let's give some shout outs to our family out there. Yeah, what's up, Brian? Long time no see, yo. I see you doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. My man, Tavares, he said, "There's no foundation of family. People are taking the time to develop and build relationships. Children are being created from temporary situations." Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's crazy because it could be a situation where it escalates. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of things is built on, especially in today's society, things to look for that's sustainable in a relationship. We talked about this on the last show, and some people get caught up with the deep voice and the curvy body and the muscles and everything like that. And they have no protection. They're just diving right in and poof, the woman is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people have to change their mindset and realize what is it that what kind of sustainable traits are there if you're looking for a lifetime or long term, or if you're doing your thing, you got to still, if you dive in that ocean, you still got to put on that scuba diving suit. You know what I'm saying? You got to, because so many brothers out there are sleeping around, just diving in all soil. Not all soil is going to be rich, straight up. And then you have the woman out there. Again, they're not being selective, and some of them are very weak-minded. So they're just doing it because their girlfriends are doing it, or they're going by what they hear. They don't have good media literacy, and they just sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? No one is like, I won't say no one, but I say a lot of people out there is not really taking the time to really get to know that other person to make sure that it may be a good fit. Even if they're doing their thing, you still want to be able to trust that person. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be wilding out like that.
No doubt. And listen, nowadays, man, ain't no excuse. Listen, everybody got access. With the computer age, man, you got access to everything. If you want to even anything you want to know, man, you can Google it. How to be a dad, you can Google it, man. It'll give you the information you need for
How to be
real.
that?
I ain't even joking, man. You can Google it. Listen, you know what we do. We got DBDS University. You can come there. You can learn what you need to know, the traits you need to know. And the main thing that I just want to point out to our people, man,
Mhm.
we need to start doing critical thinking. You know what critical thinking is? Critical thinking, that's the ability to use all the information around you, all the information you had experienced, everything, things that people have told you, things that you've read. You take all that
Mm.
information and you make a decision with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't just make wild decisions, because you're gonna end up in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Mel Money was just talking about, just sleeping around, jumping around, disease, all caught up, especially the COVID-19, man. Whoo, you gonna get got up in this joint
Ooh.
between COVID-19 and HIV, man. You might as well hang it up. I just say it again, man. You might as well just get on a chair and jump off.
Man,
I'm telling you, man.
it
No
is
doubt.
wild and crazy, man. I mean, it's like the wild, wild west out there. So you got to be careful. I mean, you got to also, and you and I, we talked a lot about the emotional temperature, right? I mean, for both men and women. I can recall in my past when I was just dealing with this nice. I thought she was nice, by the way, but she seemed pretty cool. And see, I know half of our followers. I know you guys like spicy food, right? Right? But your brother Mel don't
Oh
can't can't
yeah.
can't can't do the spicy food. So I remember one day I came over a house, and I'm going to keep it anonymous, of course. But I came over her house and she had some soup. Send me over the soup, and when I had it, and I tasted like, and it was hot and spicy, and I'm like, I can't have this. Homegirl pick up the bottle, the can of Campbell oodles and noodles, and threw it at me. Like she ricocheted. And listen, I was like the Matrix. I dodged it. You know, I dodged that shit. You know, I dodged. And when I try to leave her house, she was like, "No, Poppy, no, Poppy." She was blocking the door. "No, Poppy, I'm sorry. Every man leaves me. Every man's leaving." And I'm like, I know why. I exactly know why. Because your emotional temperature is out of control. You can't even carry a decent conversation without you going to 0 to 60 real quick. So I think that's very important. I think that's a red flag. You got to check a person's emotional temperature to see how they carry themselves.
Yeah,
Seriously.
man. Yeah, people, if you snapping off real quick, man, get some counseling, man, because
Let's get some counseling.
you got to get some counseling, man, because you got to find your center, find your emotional center, man, so you get there and you can deal with people. Because the thing is this,
Hmm.
we talk a lot about relationships, but I'm gonna tell you, we talk about the domestic relationships, but here's the thing:
Hmm.
relationships span every aspect of your life. when you
Yes.
when you go when you go to school, you got relationships there. When you go to work, you got
Right.
relationships there. Your neighbor, you got relationships there. It spans
Exactly.
every aspect of your life, so you got to make sure you have the tools to sustain those relationships. Some of y'all, man, you can't even stay in a relationship because that emotional temperature, man, like Mel's talking about, man. If you off the chain, a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't deal with you. I mean, somebody like me,
Right. Right.
over time, over years of time, man, I've learned people like that. Time to walk away, man. I can't help you.
Can't help you. I
Can't
mean,
help you.
yeah, it's tough like that because the thing is that you want to just make sure that that person can handle situations in an emotional calm state of mind. Because if you just gonna go 0 to 60 real quick over the littlest things and blow anything out of proportion, that's already building a weak foundation within a relationship. There's no strong hold. And, we talked about the LRS triangle a lot of times. We talked about that in our book. We talked that about DBDS University, where if you have those triangles, on one side you got love, the other side you got respect. But at the bottom of that triangle, my peoples, you got strength. You got strength. That's emotional strength. And if you don't have that, guess what? Love and respect will collapse. It'll just collapse. You won't have a suitable relationship. You'll be trying to build something up like it's quicksand. And the more you try to build up, the more your relationship is going to sink. This is why I always tell people that respect is the most important aspect in a relationship. That's the top of the pillar. If you don't have respect, then you're not going to have connection. You're not going to have great communication. None of that.
No doubt.
To me, respect is more important than sex. That's more important than anything. The respect portion.
No doubt. Yeah. Without that, you can forget it, man. The foundation is over. But look at another thing you need to do is balance your relationship in energy. I'm gonna explain this, okay? Think
Mm,
about this right here.
no doubt.
Relationship got to be balanced in energy.
No doubt.
A man coming into a relationship needs to be 80% masculine, 20% feminine,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's his balance. A woman coming in a relationship needs to be 80% feminine,
Hmm.
20% masculine.
Right.
Okay. So now they have a piece of their self that can relate to the other one, but also they are steeped in their own what I'm saying, their own goals, what I'm
Right.
saying, the
Right.
own thing that they need to do, you know what I mean? So when they come together, that's a nice balance that will help the relationship be stable. When you start getting, I'm tell you, because I seen it before, when you start
Hmm.
getting 50-50 in both domains, like a man coming into a relationship 50-50,
Hmm.
that's the kind of dude that's gonna be whining and crying on the couch because he can't get something done. I know
Hmm.
women don't want no dude like that. And then you got a woman coming in 50-50. She
Hmm.
gonna be like a sergeant, man, telling the dude what to do. She gonna have a son in the relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that fine balance, man, you gotta look for that. Energy balance is important.
Absolutely. Oh, before we continue, I just want to give some shout outs to my people. So shout out to Renee. Oh, what's up, Renee? Shout out to Natalia, to my girl Toya, Patricia Glenn. Thank you for watching. Alicia Stewart. Thank you. Thank you so much. My girl Monica from Texas is on. Shout out to to Texas and
Texas
Monica.
in the building.
Oh yeah. Listen, my man George is in the building. Rondell said, "Energy vampires." Oh yes.
I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna throw it up. Energy vampires right there.
My boy Tavares said balance. So you guys are absolutely right, because I think of it like this: you have your left shoe and you have your right shoe, right? If you put that right shoe on the left foot, and if you put that left shoe on the right foot, you're going to be crip walking. You you won't be able to make it to the car. You got to have pure balance, So I like how you broke that down with the whole 50-50 thing. If they come, because it's at a standstill, you know what I'm saying? And that's just waiting for something to explode. I've seen it myself plenty of times, man.
Mel, that's like, you know what that's like, Mel? That's like
So
this,
like,
man. It's
mhm.
like two people holding the steering wheel, right? Two people with
Oh
equal
yeah,
power holding the steering wheel.
right.
I can guarantee you the car's gonna crash. Okay. Somebody, y'all gotta have a understanding in your relationship, so that way, you know what I'm saying, you know who's doing what when. You know what I mean? So there's I'm saying it's not a gender thing where you decide, okay, you do dishes all the time, I do this all the time.
Right.
Y'all work that out. That's your love language. When you come into that, you say,
Absolutely.
listen, this is my love language, because you know what? If you're a dude that's not cooking for your woman, if you don't cook for your woman sometime, you know what I'm saying, and bring her a plate, you got to switch it up, man. You need to do that sometime.
Yeah,
That's on
yeah.
you.
Well, here's my thing on that. I mean, Tavares had a great comment. He said, you can't get stuck on gender roles. There has to be balance. I agree with that to an extent. I think there has to be some sort of roles in a relationship, because I'll use this as an example to my DBDS family. Imagine if someone was to break in a home and me and my wife is in the bed. Now, who you think is going to go down there to make sure that whoever the intruder in
Take that
is
first
about to
bullet.
get, yeah, it's gonna I'm gonna have to handle business, right? Listen, this is where the role comes into play, because my woman damn sure is not gonna go down to see who's the intruder in. I'm
Nah.
gonna tell my woman, listen, stay back. You and Ava, Ayana, you guys just stay back. I'm gonna go down there and handle business. You know what I'm saying? Um, I see that, the protector role, man. I just think that's pretty important. I'm so big on providing. I take that as pride. You know what I'm saying? I love going out there. I don't know. I'm just naturally, just like other men that I know of, that we're just so naturally gifted with trying to solve things. Like, when we really want things done, we'll put ourselves on the line first
No doubt.
and not let our nothing happen to our family. Or that's the way my mind frame thinks. But everybody has their own relationship culture. You know what I'm
Li-
saying?
Listen, this is every time, I probably said this before, but I'm gonna say it again, man, because this here, what I'm
Hmm.
about to tell you, what it does is it identifies the natural essence of a man and a woman. Okay, so
Hmm.
here's the situation. All
Okay.
right, you got this family,
Hmm.
man and a woman. They're both PhDs, right, in
Right.
psychology. A
Hmm.
man and a woman, and they got their little daughter with them. So they're out hiking one day, and they're out in the woods having a good time. It's a beautiful day,
Okay.
and all of a sudden, there's a big brown bear in front of them.
Oh.
Right, big brown bear.
Right.
All right. Um, they survived that ordeal. Okay, the bear didn't attack them or anything like that, but they survived the ordeal. They were very scared and everything, right?
Oh, thank
So
God.
later on that night, those PhDs they got together. They said, "Hey, listen, let's analyze the situation that we was just in."
Right.
Right. So the man says, "Okay, in that moment, what were you thinking?" And the woman said, "I was thinking of getting my baby and me to safety."
Right.
Right? And the lady said, "Okay, what were you thinking?" And the dude said, "I was thinking of protecting you and my baby." See how the
Oh.
mindset's different? The mindset's
Interesting.
different, man. And that's the natural essence. That's just how dudes think. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, there's certain things that we have to do, and there's a certain role that we have to play, and that's just the way it is. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. That's the way we were created. I don't think. I mean, for those that says, like, keep the entire gender role off the table. I truly think that we were created to balance each other. We weren't created to be equal. This is what attracts the man to the woman and the woman to the man. It's almost as if you're doing tango dancing. When you do dancing, the man is always leading the forte, and the woman, she naturally follows. and she spins her around and she just leading the floor. You don't see it the opposite way around, where the woman is leading the brother, spinning him around,
dipping them down.
dipping them down and lifting them up, because that's just the way we're created. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like who does, I don't get too much into the complexity as far as like who do dishes, who take out the trash. What again, whatever the relationship language it is, then that's perfectly fine. But I still think there's some sort of definite role that is played in, because again, I'm not going to let no intruder
Look.
do whatever the hell. It's not going to be my wife going down, be like, hey, Mel, stay underneath the cover. Shh. Stay there. Stay there, Mel. Stay there, you little bitch. Stay there. Shh. No, it's not going down like that, man. No.
Hey, listen. Let's go back to the dance. This is important, man.
Okay.
The fact that you brought the dance up is important because here's the thing.
Okay.
You can also look at the dance like this. Women were made to be beautiful. They are desirable and everything, right? Think about when you doing that dance. What is the man actually doing? He's actually showing the woman off, man, because she's beautiful. That's why you spin her around. You like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? That's it's
Well,
like
getting a
that's
little deep with
romantic,
the dance.
man. Right? Yeah, brother. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You showing your woman off, man, saying she fly. You know what I mean? And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
You know
man,
what I
it's
mean?
not the other way around where she's spinning the brother. He's fly, like.
Cut that out. Oh man, you
Okay.
killing me. You killing me. Yeah, nah, man. That's yeah, man. I had to get that off my chest, man. That's been bothering me for a little bit here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
so true, man. Because I'll give you another example. And this is from my cousin. Him and his wife, they got 3 cars, right? 2 of the cars are not really working properly. Like, I think one of the cars, the transmission is about to go. You know what I'm saying? So, with the whole COVID-19 thing that's going on, he has to go out there and get groceries. And his woman was like, no, I don't want, let me go out there. You sure you want to take the car with the bad transmission? He was like, yeah. And if anything happens to me on the road, I'll hitchhike. I'll do whatever it takes. I'd rather
Exactly.
for me to take the hit just to make sure that you guys are okay. But he did that
No doubt.
naturally, thinking. He didn't even second guess that. He just did it.
That's what he's supposed to do.
You know?
That's his role, man. That's what he's supposed to do. In fact, most of us, if more of us was like that, women would let the wheel go. What I mean by that, what I
Mm,
mean by women letting the wheel go. So check this out, because it's important, man. A lot of women out there are independent, man. They're taking care of themselves. They're doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? If they're single, especially if they're single, they're doing what they got to do, right?
right,
But
right.
here's the thing: when you meet a real dude,
Hmm.
a dude that wants to take care of you, a lot of y'all find yourself in a situation where it's hard to let go of the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You want to steer the car too. And he's like, listen, I know where we're going. I got it. And that's a tough deal. Another way I look at that, man, it's hard, man. It's like you've been walking across this tightrope, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And you got a safety net below. And
Hmm.
so the real dude shows up and he said, listen, go ahead and walk across the tightrope. I'm removing the safety net. I'm gonna be below. You ain't gonna be able to see me, but I'll catch you if you fall. Most women
Hmm.
be like, "You crazy out of your goddamn mind? I ain't walking across, man." You know what I'm saying? So listen, there's an assessment, man. You gotta make a good assessment. Make
Hmm.
sure this is the right dude, man, and then let go of the wheel, ladies. Let it go.
You got to
Let it
listen.
go.
My man Tavares, he said, being a good leader, the king of your kingdom, you have to learn how to serve as well as lead. That's
Ah,
you how you should show humbleness. Yes, indeed.
yes,
You gotta know how
yes.
to lead. There's a difference between leading and controlling, right? Leading is more like you're guiding and you're getting some, and you're doing it in a respectful manner, and you're getting some advice from your queens out there, right? You're getting advice from your queens because she's on the council, and she's sort of like the neck. She's gonna whatever she advise you on the neck, you're gonna look. You know what I'm saying? That neck controls the head. So she's gonna steer you in the right direction if you have a good woman by your side, right? And the man, you have to make a decision. You have to be the one to steer the ship. Listen, you on the Titanic, you know what I'm saying? You're not the one, like, you're holding on to that ship. So so if you see that iceberg And you see that as a definite problem. You got to make that decision for the benefit of your family, to make sure that you avoid that at all costs, and just make sure you handle business. That's what I want my brothers to do. That's what we're about. We want you brothers to be more strong and uplifting and be great leaders. Don't be controlling. Don't be a dictator. Don't treat your relationship like a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Lead.
Yo, we gotta pause the show for a minute, man. Check this
Oh,
out, Mel Money.
okay.
Boom. What it say?
Oh, shout out to Nicole Marie Brown. She said, "Hey guys,
What up?
uh,
What up? What
yo,
up? Yeah, we just here spitting,
uh,
man. We just kicking it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, check this out. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. We just, we just having some convo. You with the convo with the DBDS brothers, man. We'll be right
people's
back
time
in a
is
few
coming."
minutes. Yes.
Are you single? Do you know about DBDSsingles.com? Are you ready to meet a quality man or a classy woman? The DBDS brothers want you to know that love and loyalty still exists. So if you're ready to meet relationship-ready people, sign up for a free trial. DBDSsingles.com, where quality men meet classy women. If you would like to learn how to establish and maintain long-term meaningful relationships, join DBDS University today. You will learn about interpersonal relationships, first date tips, the relationship zones, emotional intelligence, and more.
Say thank you to my big brothers Mel and Mo for creating the DBDS University with the live, the book, the website. It's helped me so much grow as an individual.
Mel Money. Check this out, man.
Mm,
I stayed in a bad relationship for 8 years. I wasted 8 years of my life, man, in a bad relationship. You know what I'm saying? I guess I
mm,
won't say I wasted it. You know why? Because I learned a lot of lessons, man.
right.
I learned so much during that time frame, and I took that with me going forward. But I'm just saying, 8 years, man, I could have done. I did some productive things with that, but it could
Mhm.
have been more fruitful, right?
Right,
So
right.
I'm wondering, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people out here, some could be in that situation. I'm wondering, how do you get out of a bad situation, man? You know what I'm saying? What's the what's the process of getting out of a bad situation? Because a lot of us don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. You got to think that through. And when you get in the situation, when you're in it, it's even more difficult to get out of it. So if you got rules that you set before you get in that situation, you might be better off. Help me out with that, man.
Yeah, that is very true. You got to have your rules of engagement. You got to have moral codes. You got to have standards. Because I believe that when you have standards, it's sort of like a personal guideline. So that way, when someone crosses over that personal guideline, you're gonna put it in its place. You're gonna communicate with that person that this is how you made me feel. And if it continuously continue, if it happens on a consistent basis, then that's when you have to make a decision whether you want to bail out or if you want to keep going. That's it. You got two
Well,
roads. Do you want to bail out or keep going?
well,
And
hold
a
on,
lot
my
of
brother.
go
Hold
ahead.
on, my brother. I gotta jump in because I
Hmm.
know a lot of people looking at the screen right now and be like, I can't just leave. What you mean? I mean that's just that's the that's logic, right? That's the logic of the situation. But how do I get out of it? You know what I'm saying? That's the logic. Just leave. Okay. That's the logic. It's like, you know what it's like? It's
Hmm.
like a drug addict, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to stop taking drugs. I know I'm supposed to stop drinking alcohol, but I can't just stop, right? So,
Hmm.
but they got processes to help them, right?
Right,
What's
right.
the process, man? How we get out this situation?
Well, think about the people that did stop taking drugs and stop smoking cigarettes. You know what the first thing they did? They realized that they had a problem, and they admitted that they had a problem, and they reached out for help in order to help them elevate and get out of those problems. The only way that something is going to work is for a person to take responsibility, really think about and evaluate the situation first at hand, and stop trying to justify why you're with someone that mistreats you like a second class citizen or keep you stuck at the bottom, and really dive in. Like, nobody don't want to be miserable. There's two pillars of power. There's pain and there's pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like going to the gym. If a person complains that they're not losing weight, but yet they don't take the time and energy to want to get a trainer or use some sort of strategy in order to lose the weight, they're going to keep on putting on the weight because the pleasure of them eating those Twinkies and those cupcakes and the Twix is more desirable versus the pain of lifting weights, jogging. You know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
rather put the pleasure over the pain. And that's the realization I had to come to when I was in one of my topsy-turvy relationships. Thank God it wasn't 8 years, but it doesn't matter how long you've been in those bad situations, because I don't think anything is a waste of time, as I'm glad you mentioned. It's a valuable lesson learned, but you have to realize what is on the two scales of the pillar of power, pain versus pleasure. That's what you have to really think about.
Yeah, you know, one thing too, on top of that, Mel, is this here, is that when you talking about pain and pleasure, right? Here's the thing.
Hmm.
You have the temporary or the now pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
but you ain't thinking about that future pleasure. Because here's the thing, the
Okay.
now pleasure is eating those Twinkies and them cupcakes and blowing up like a
Oh
big
no.
beach whale, right?
Mhm.
And then the future pleasure, what that is, you know, you taking that, you take that pain, and the future pleasure is, man, when you look in the mirror, your self-esteem is, you know, you glowing, you looking good, you know what I'm saying, you feel good, you
Mhm.
healthy. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? You got to think downstream, man. You can't think in the now. That's what so we was talking about critical thinking, right? And like I said, critical thinking is taking all of the elements, everything around in your environment, everything you've
Right.
experienced, everything you've seen, everything you told, and making a good decision. You know what I'm saying? So that's there it is. Here it is right here. Hold on.
Oh, we got some
Boom.
comments. Oh,
Rondell.
woo. My man said there's always a lesson in a lesson.
I got
Very,
another
very true.
one. Ah,
Ah, being with someone because of time shows the fear of starting over, and for some, the idea of being
ah.
alone.
Let's talk about that. Let's
Okay.
talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think about starting over. But here's the thing,
Mhm.
that's your problem. If you're in a bad situation, don't even think about starting over. You shouldn't
What's
even
up?
be the thing you should be thinking about is how am I gonna get healthy? You know what I'm saying? Forget starting
Mm,
over. You shouldn't
real
even be
talk.
thinking about somebody else right now. You got to think about yourself, right? You're
Real
like,
talk.
I'm in this bad situation. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to get out this situation. I'm gonna build back up my self-esteem. I'm gonna make sure that my goals are straight. I know
Hmm.
where I'm going. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's what you got to do. Forget about you. You don't even think about a relationship at this point, for real.
Real talk. And that's the thing, because when you're thinking about a relationship or you're thinking about starting all over, especially after you've been in a very toxic or bad relationship, all you're going to do is just bring that hurt and that pain into the new relationship. And then that's going to collapse, and it's going to be a vicious cycle. You're going to just keep on doing the same thing. It's sort of like if you caught a sprained ankle, no one is going to go back out there on the court and play basketball with a messed up sprained ankle. They're going to take that time to heal and get, the nutrients in their body and everything, and do their physical therapy in order to make sure that sprained ankle is fully healed before they go back out there on the court.
I hate going there, but
Uh-oh. What's
I'm
that?
going there, man, because it's almost like opening your state too early before you got the disease under control.
Woo! Shots fired.
I had to go there, man. I had to go there,
Bring
man. You know
politics
what
into
I'm saying?
this, man.
I had to go there.
All right, man.
Nah, man, we not gonna go there. I just had to make that statement, man. Nah, but what I'm trying to do, man.
Oh,
I
man.
look at. I just want my brothers, man. Listen, one thing you got to know, man. Listen, there's a phase that we all go through. Me and Mel been through it. Every dude been through it. If they tell you they ain't go through it, they lying.
No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? Because women are built so that when you are a certain age, man, it's like a bee to a honey, man. You cannot resist them no matter what you do. Your brain is all scatterbrained. You don't know what the hell to do. You see them women, you just like, man, I love them, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through that phase, man. But when you get through that, one thing you want to do, man, you want to start building yourself up so you be relationship ready when you
Right.
meet the right woman, because she coming along. She gonna be there. She gonna be there one day. And if you ain't ready, I seen it. We seen it firsthand, man. If you're not
Right.
ready when she come along, because we seen it, man. We seen a perfect
Ooh.
woman get put. Matter of fact, I seen it, man, firsthand. The perfect woman
Disgusting.
came along, and the dude wasn't ready, and he just.
Mm. And it happens. It happens is like one of those situations that, listen, you know that boat that's coming is going to take you to Jamaica or somewhere beautiful,
Somewhere beautiful, man.
but you end up catching a boat that's taking you straight out to the gutter. So you gotta change your mindset, because you're going to continue to miss those boats, because if you don't have your act together, brothers, you're going to miss a lot of good women out there, and vice versa. And my sisters, if you don't have your act together, I mean, if you're looking for a brother like Barack, and if you're ratchet and you don't know how to communicate, you're not classy, you're going to attract a lot of Stevie J's, but not a lot of Baracks.
Is it Stevie
Oh,
J?
Stevie, Stevie J.
Stevie J, yeah, man. Nah, man, yeah, that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we was talking about the kids, man.
Yeah.
A brother like that, man, he just go around sprinkling seed like it's dandelions, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel the dandelions, man. So look, here's the thing. We had feel the dandelions, man. Hey, you remember them things you pick them up and you blow them and the seeds go everywhere?
Yeah, right.
So look at, nah, man, listen, don't do that, man, because here's the thing. Even if you stacking dollars, man, even if you steep with money,
Right.
that's not gonna help you, because here's the thing. We had a discussion about this, and part of the discussion was this.
Mm-hmm.
Some people said, listen, I can have a lot of kids because I got enough money to take care of them. All right, that's good. I'm glad
Right.
you got a lot of money to take care of them. But can you be in 6 different places at the same time? Can you divide yourself up so you spend enough time with each child? Critical thinking. You got to think it through.
It is critical thinking. This goes back to, and this is why this could be a component, because a lot of sisters that we counsel, they grow up without a father figure or a biological father in their life, and I think that affects their dating life, because sometimes they're seeking attention in the wrong places with the wrong men, and you see it over social media. You see women twerking, being promiscuous for male attention, and when that happens, it's a high risk that woman may become a single mother if she keeps on out there just opening the door for just any guy with some weak game to come at them. And I feel today discretion is a lost art with some of our women out there, and we have to just and this is why it's so important to have the fathers in the lives, to be there, so that way they can set an example of what a real man is.
No doubt.
Set the example. Like my daughter, she's 16, and I'm guiding her and I'm teaching her, and she already knows half the games that these brothers be coming at her. You know what I'm saying? But she's focused. And we talk about practically everything about boys and things like that. These boys saying, Netflix chill. Can we kick it? My daughter, like, please. What do you mean Netflix chill, please? I see that game a mile away. Even though these guys are like very popular in school and they're football players and the best of what they do, but she could sniff it a mile away. You know what I'm saying? So this is what us as men, we have to do. This is our responsibility, to be good leaders, to guide, to give that proper direction. And the most important thing is to instill values, not just in our daughters, but also our sons.
Now let's get into this, man. Listen, there's a lot of dudes out there, man. I'm talking to y'all, man. Don't be a weak, jealous dude. Don't be a jealous dude, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying, and that's your woman, you don't have a reason to be jealous. The only reason why you would have to be jealous, only reason why you'd have to be jealous is if you feel yourself that you are insufficient. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a beautiful woman, what you got to be jealous about? That's your lady. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, you have some brothers that will I remember usually when I see like my sisters out there, shout out to all my classy sisters out there. Everyone that rocks with DBDS, all my sisters out there, you guys are beautiful, intelligent, classy. I remember there's one sister on social media, right? And every time I see someone that drops some knowledge or have a beautiful picture, I'll just say, like, keep shining, my classy sister. I said it to one of the sisters out there, right? And this guy went underneath my post. It was like, what you mean she's classy? And she's just sister. You better stay off my girl's post.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, man. And then the sad thing is, his woman that I gave props to came underneath his post and argued with him and said he didn't say anything disrespectful. He said classy sister. And then they start arguing, and then next thing you know, the post was deleted. But besides the point, you brothers gotta stop being jealous, man. That insecurity is like termites. It will destroy your relationship little by little. Listen, when guys like on social media like my woman's picture and everything like that, and they show her mad love and they saying like you're beautiful or you've been running through my mind, you know what I do? I love what they like on my wife's picture. And I
No
put a
doubt.
comment underneath, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, she runs through my mind all the time, brother, because she's with me. But thank you for the compliment." You
Yeah,
know,
no
so
doubt.
that whole jealousy thing, man, it's sad, man. It's sad. I see some brothers that be wanting to fight just because you look at their woman. Like, brother, you're not gonna have her too long once that wisdom kick in, because that's gonna destroy. That's only gonna decrease the attraction level when you act that way. You only pushing her away. That's all you're doing.
No doubt. And matter of fact, Mel, we talked about this, man. I tell you what me and my wife do, man.
Right.
We got our little fun thing that we got
Okay.
between each other. What happens is, my wife, when she goes out to ladies' night, right? She
Right.
get
Right.
all dialed up, looking good, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy, man, because she getting out the house, going to have some fun, man. And there's some things. Listen, y'all dudes just need to get this in your head. There's some things your woman needs to do without you. That's one of
Real
them. You
talk.
don't want to be at ladies' night. You don't want to be at spa day. None of that. She got to go. Let her go have her fun, right? So she out there. She's out there. She go out there ladies' night, right?
Right. Right.
When
Right.
she come home, man, like 2 in the morning, I'm usually still up, right?
Right.
So I see her and I'll just be like, "Hey, how many guys hit on you?" And she'll say something like two, and I say, "That's it? You got to step your game up." We just start laughing. You know what I mean? So it ain't no sense in being jealous, man. If you got a good looking woman, she gonna get hit on. Just deal with it. Be secure with yourself, and you be good.
And here's the
Be all
thing,
set.
my brothers, when you don't act jealous and you're not insecure, that's only going to attract her more to you. Attract her more to you. Let's read this comment right here. Okay, my man Tavares said, insecurity should be outgrown in middle school. Oh man, you cupcake brothers, man, got to step up, man. You cupcake brothers got to stop being insecure. Shout out to my man Tavares. He's killing it tonight, man. Shout out.
Middle school, 5 and 6.
Middle
I can
school.
see, yeah, man. That's when you get mad, man. When you in sixth grade and
Right,
somebody talking to your girl, you know what I'm saying? That's when you
right.
get mad.
Hmm.
But nah, man. When you're a grown man, ain't no time for that, man. You know why? Because
Right,
you got
right.
to be on your grind. You got to be on your purpose. Matter of fact, let's talk about purpose, man. You know what
Let's
I'm
talk
saying?
about that. Let's talk
We
about purpose.
need everybody, man. We need to have a purpose in life. And I'm not talking about procreation. That's a built-in purpose.
Mm,
Everybody got that as a built-in purpose. I'm talking about what else you want to do. What mark you want to leave on this planet, on this earth, in your state, in your city when you leave. You know what I'm saying? You want to leave a mark there so
mm,
people know who you are. People remember you. You know what I mean? Maybe you're doing something good for your community. Maybe you're helping somebody out. Whatever it is. You know what I mean? You gotta have a purpose, man. You know why? Because that's gonna make you a better person. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna just imagine this, right?
mm-hmm.
Check this out, right? Everybody probably seen this situation.
No doubt.
If there's a dog, a little puppy in the middle of the street getting ready to get hit by a car, and I run out there and grab the puppy and run to the side of the sidewalk, right?
Right.
How you think I'm looking to all the people watching right now? I'm looking like I'm the man.
No doubt.
That's purpose, man. My purpose was to save that dog, and now you got accolades, man, and you're not even asking for them. You know what I'm saying? You're not even asking for them,
Exactly.
just like that.
Yeah, man. I can't stand those people that they'll put on social media that, hey, man, I just gave like $10 to a homeless man today, and have somebody tape it, and the guy got his hands out and give him $10. You know,
Yo, taping it.
just do it, man. Just do it. You don't need validation from the world, man. If that's who your character is, you don't need to brag that I'm giving this to the homeless people. I'm doing this. Like, I think to me, like a real humble person just do it without the cameras watching or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's just who a real person is, a real person of character. But yes, the purpose thing is very important because you don't have a purpose, I think your life is just stuck. You're in quicksand. You're not going anywhere. And this is why Socrates is one of my favorite philosophers, because the way that he trained his students back in Greek times, all he did was have those people ask questions, because our brains are like mini computers. Like somehow we'll figure out a way. If we don't have the answer, we'll go to someone that's knowledgeable to get the answer. And the better the questions you ask, the better the answers you're going to get. And I think, in my view, just like Socrates back in the day, the ones that ask the best questions are the ones that have better results, because you're yearning for knowledge. So you're gonna go to that person like, oh, what I'm saying, I want to know more about police brutality. I don't know too much, but my mini computer is gonna guide me in this direction. Oh, what's my purpose in life? I like to write. So my brain is gonna be like, this is the path to get to writing. You need to get in contact with a publisher. You need to, what I'm saying, maybe brush up on your writing skills. Go to writing academic with the free college courses they got offering right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I see it. And I think that's how us brothers and sisters will grow to becoming more sufficient, when we have things to do and we have something we're so passionate about that we can add value to anyone's life.
No doubt. Hey Mel, I'm about to get some virtual tomatoes thrown at me, brother. Virtual tomatoes
Uh-oh.
about to get thrown at me because I'm about to say it,
Oh,
man.
take it. Go
I'm
ahead,
about
brother.
to
You
say
know
it.
how we do,
Listen,
man.
listen, listen,
Go ahead,
because
man.
we listen. And this is primarily for the women because I don't hear brothers saying this. If you happy in your singleness, that is awesome. You should
Yes.
be happy in your singleness, but guess what? Don't make that your destiny,
Real
right?
talk.
That should not be, and I'm not saying you got to get married, but don't make that your destiny. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get put here to be alone and single. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of women, I'm happy single. And they say it with kind of like an attitude. I'm like, no, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You got out of whatever situation you was in, and now you recovered. You know what I'm saying? You at a state right now where you are happy and satisfied with yourself, and that's how you need to be
Yeah.
before you move on, right? But don't make that your destiny. That's not what you're supposed to do. You know,
That's
you here to make somebody happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Yourself first, obviously, but
right.
then you here to share yourself with somebody else. Don't make that your destiny.
Yeah, that's. I mean, hey, in DBDS we don't sugarcoat, man. We're gonna just give it to you raw. That's just how it is. And I totally agree with you, man. We weren't created just to be isolated on some damn island by ourselves. We weren't. We were created to, like you said, just be single and you're happy in your singlehood, be content, but at the same time, just realize that there is someone out there for you.
No
You're
doubt.
just we're all like pieces to the puzzle. Like we could do a lot by ourselves, right? But when you have the other piece of the puzzle, that right fit, and it comes together, you could do a hell of a lot more with the right person.
Comment right here, Facebook, brother. Here go. Boom.
Oh, it says, don't let a few bad situations block you from experiencing positive relationships. My man Tavares killing it tonight. Yes,
No doubt.
too many people block their blessings, because the wall is up so high that they don't allow anyone to penetrate that wall, because they've been hurt and they've been so emotionally scarred. And yes, it is up to you, I feel, to fix yourself, to get help, so that wall can go down little by little. And once that wall goes little by little, you'll have the vision to see a little bit above the wall, to see what men with the swag, with the clean sneakers, the ones that want to take advantage of you, those guys that's really trying to chew the castle, use that arrow. But you see that knight, the one that just want to come there and handle, hey, you gotta put that wall down a little in order. You can't block your blessings. I like that.
Listen, man, be relationship ready too. When you get in a relationship, be relationship ready. Don't have the idea or mindset that you can get in a relationship and whatever baggage or issues you have, work them out within the relationship. Bad deal. That's a bad deal, man. Come into the relationship whole. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ready, let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some dudes can handle that. You know what I'm saying? If you just say, look, I'd like to be in a relationship, but right now I'm just not ready. You know what I'm saying? So, our timing is not right, but don't go in thinking, okay, I know I got these triggers, I got these
Hmm.
issues, I'm still not over this dude. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if I move forward with this guy, maybe
Hmm.
that's gonna fix that situation. Nah, not gonna work. Not gonna work. You gotta come in. You gotta come in 100. Mel
Well,
money.
well, this is why I kind of like most of our audience is, we got brothers that be rocking with us, like Tavares, Rondell, Chance. Like, I can go with the list goes on and on with some good damn brothers out there. Shout out to my kings out there. Shout out to you guys
No
out there.
doubt. DVP, my man Henry, all of y'all,
Yes.
man.
Oh yeah.
What's up,
But to
Doc
my
Asbury?
absolutely. But to my sisters out there, I go a little bit, I won't say hard, but I tend to like lean more to them because I think they get hit the most in relationships because they're naturally emotional. They're natural nurturers. Us brothers, the wrong brother will be happy and content to just keep on smashing a woman for years to come without having any thoughts of wanting to be with that woman. Because with us, the way that us as men design, for that woman to change our aspect, it takes more than just sex in order for us to really see what that woman's truly about. She has to bring something else to the table. She got to show that she's loyal. She got to show that she's dedicated. But on the opposite spectrum, sometimes when a woman, since she's so emotional and her design is to open and to receive, if that man keeps on smashing the chocolate chip cookies over time, little by little, because his energy, and a lot of people don't believe in the energy, but the energy will captivate that woman in order for her to start having feelings towards that man. And that's what is called soul ties. And some people don't believe in soul ties, but trust me, soul ties are real. Believe that.
No doubt, man. Listen, and the thing is, listen, the reason why I feel we gotta really deal with our young ladies and our women first because
Mm,
they start everything.
real talk. Mm,
Contrary to popular belief, women start everything.
right.
They get themselves dolled up and they look beautiful. They
Hmm.
give signals, and that is the initiation of everything, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't stop there because that's the initiation. Now you got my attention. Now you got his attention, right? What
Right.
happens after that? What happens after that is this.
Mm,
He gonna shoot his shot. He gonna make his move, right?
right.
But guess what? The lady could shut it down. It don't have to go no farther. You know what I'm saying? He shot his
Right.
he do his thing, right? And you look at him, you're like, nah, that wasn't for me. It's done.
It's a
So the
done
women,
deal.
y'all control everything, man.
They
Contrary to
do.
popular belief, you control everything. You control the initiation and you control whether or not the relationship continues. You know what I'm saying? So you are the controller of that destiny. And that's why it's very important for you to have the right view when it comes to relationships, how to deal with them, how to be in them, what to do, how to manage yourself. All of that is important. You know what I'm saying? So our little girls, man, we got to help them and some of our older women, you know what I mean? Can't keep making them same mistakes. You know, if you've been making
Oh,
the same
yes,
mistakes,
yes.
you keep going after that same dude, that same type. I see some I see some people that are like, listen, I changed my view on the type of dude I wanted and life got so much better. You know,
Mm,
I had this type. I had a type of dude that I wanted. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And I don't know how you end up typecasting yourself into a type of dude, but that right there tells me that you're not looking at the whole picture.
Ooh, yeah. It's like and I like how you state that whole picture, you know what I'm saying? Because a picture, right, you can only see an angle. You know what I'm saying? Just you can only it's almost as if you're going to the party, right? And if you go to a house party and you're just so focused on just one area of that secluded portion of the house, or and you just see two people arguing, and that's all you see, you're going to tell everybody that was a bad party you went to. But you didn't give yourself a chance to look around the whole house to see everybody having a good time and dancing and romancing, having a like it turned out. But that's the problem with a lot of our folks today. They don't see the whole different angle, and that's why their dating pool is so shrank because they just sticking to one type of woman or one
And
type of man, and they get so wrapped up in the same situation over and over again.
see, the thing is, Mel, they didn't know what was going on in the basement and in the attic.
Oh, the house.
That's where it was jumping off, brother. That's
Oh, it's a bad
that's
party,
where it
man.
was
Oh, it's a
jumping
big
off.
party.
You didn't get to the basement or the attic, man. That's your problem right there.
Yeah.
Yo, that's awesome, man.
Ooh.
Check it out, man.
Mhm.
Tell the people your last words, man. We about to sign off, man. This was, what I'm saying, Convo with the DBDS Brothers, man. Mel Money, what's your final words, man, today?
Well, my final words today is I want all my brothers out there to stop, not all of them, but some of them to stop making excuses not to be in your child's life. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there to lead. I don't care if you don't get along with your daughter's mother or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you be in the presence of your child at all times. And to my sisters out there, make sure you're more selective on the men that you choose to be around with or who you lay with or who you want to take it to the next level with. Don't just always go by the potential or I hope he's a good man or really check out that brother's track record. Really check out how he responds to other people around him. Always check out his emotional temperature. Does he get upset if someone else looks at you? Is he controlling? Does he tell you to call him a certain time? Does he go from 0 to 60 real quick? Look at all of those signs. Don't just, you know, think just the swag and the charm and the money. Look at that man's character. Is beyond that. And thank you for tuning in, my people. You guys are simply amazing, and I appreciate everybody rocking with DBDS.
Listen, my advice is this, man. It's not going to be a long, it's not going to be a lot, but it's just basic and simple. I need everybody to get in the relationship gym. Okay? I need you to get in
Ooh.
the gym. You know why? Because I need you to get healthy.
The relationship gym. I
The
like that.
relationship gym, I need you to get physically healthy. I need you to get spiritually healthy. I need you to get mentally healthy. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can bond and work together, man. Men and women, we need to work together, man. You know what I'm saying? The strongest bonds, the strongest structures, man, are two things that are bonded together. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to do. We need to get back to that structure, you know what I mean? And that right there is more supportive for your children. You know what I'm saying? If you have children or whatever, you know what I mean? That's what we got to do, man. You got to get in that relationship gym, work them muscles up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get strong, get ready. You know what I'm saying? Get
Mhm.
your mentality in place, get your temperament in place. You know what I mean? And be ready. All right. So check this out. Signature sign off only here from the DBDS brothers. Mel Money, kick it off, brother.